Our next reader is called Dougie Morrison. Dougie writes for fun, when he can be bothered, it says here, mainly short stories and what he calls poetry. He has written a political novel, The Black Squad, based in the 1970s, and an historical novel on the rise of the Douglases, which at the moment seems like a never-ending get-it, when he can be bothered. I'm sure he's a lot better than he puts himself down about. Let's give a big round of applause for the great Dougie Morrison.
Thanks, Julie. Somebody asked me through the week what I was doing at the weekend, and I said I'm going to Damascus in Hawick to do a reading. And this woman nearby tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Can I make an appointment to do one for me?" So I took her hand and I said, "You're going to be the grandmother of twins and you're going to win the lottery." So that'll be 40 quid. So this story is Mrs. Thin. Life in the tenement was friendly enough. Everybody knew Mrs. Thin, and Mrs. Thin knew about everybody. Her name was very apt because she was an elderly, slender wee woman. She was also a nosy parker. She was our very own nosy who'd watch, and she made it her business to find out what she didn't already know. It was a friendly but nosy advance that I'd ready. "Have you been somewhere nice? I didn't realise you were away. Is that new clothes you've been buying? What have you been up to?" Those were the kind of questions I found hard to answer politely, while all the time wanting to tell her to mind her own business, but I didn't, because she was a harmless wee woman. It was when she took a parcel in for me one day and caught me for the usual inquisition that I gave her a nickname. Someone had been treating themselves then. She smiled as she reluctantly handed over the bulky jiffy bag, presumably hoping that I would rip it open and tell her what was inside. "I hope so," I said. I was curious myself, but was determined not to open it in her presence so that she could inform all the neighbours. "Mr. Wilson got a package yesterday. It was a present for his daughter. It was his birthday, you know. It was a pullover." I guess this was encouragement for me to tell her what I had, since she'd told me what Mr. Wilson had got. "I don't suppose I'll be as lucky as that," I said. She looked me in the face, and then to the parcel, and then back at my face again. I was feeling guilty and weakening when I heard the phone ringing inside my flat. It was just the reason I needed to excuse myself. "I better get that. It might be something important," I said. I closed the door in a disappointment at not finding out what was in my parcel, so I'd got a wee victory there. I smiled when I saw how she'd signed the delivery document. I knew her name was Norma. Most people did, but respectfully still called her Mrs. Thin. Her middle initial was U, so she'd signed it Mrs. N.U. Thin. It was hard to believe she was Mrs. Nothing, and she really did miss nothing. When I told a neighbour, word quickly spread, and thereafter she would be known as Mrs. Nothing. Well, out of earshot, of course, because nobody wanted to offend the old soul. When anyone approached the landing, she would be out checking to see who was there to satisfy her curiosity. And it was this very action, excuse me, that led to a strange incident. Mr. McPherson across the hallway had left a key with her in case there was a delivery while he was away in business. And within a day, we knew what was in Mr. McPherson's flat and what kind of wallpaper he had. Soon after, I arrived home to find a small group of people chatting excitedly outside the tenement. "What's going on?" I asked. And this is the story. Mrs. Nothing opened her door when she heard banging on the door across the way. "Hello, son, can I help you?" she inquired of the young man holding a sports bag. He spun round, startled, and stuttered that he was a joiner and came to do a job. "But obviously there's no one in," he said, and started to walk away. "That's okay, son, I've got a key, I'll let you in," she said. "Come away inside," she said as she went back into her own apartment, and the young man followed. The pension that she had recently collected was in the sideboard, and the guy deftly slipped it into his pocket as he passed. The sound of water rushing into the kettle was heard, and her voice called, "I'll make you a cup of tea before you start, son." "Ah, it's okay, I'll just get on with the job if you give me the key." "Ah, the kettle's in the boil," she said. "Do you take sugar and milk?" Mrs. Nothing come through the tray supporting a teapot and the crockery on it. "Sit down." "Thanks, but I have to be quick. I've got another job to do. I'm already late." "So what is it you're doing for Mr. McPherson?" He stuttered a bit. "I'm putting up shelves." "You don't have any shelves with you, son?" He hesitated a wee bit. Aye. He bought them himself, and he said they'd be in the apartment." "Ah, of course, that makes sense." "You want a refill, son?" "No thanks, I'm finished, can have the key now." "The world is in such a hurry these days," she said. "You'll all wear yourselves out." She rose and slowly replaced everything in the tray, then sauntered into the kitchen. She gazed out of the window as she offloaded the tray and hummed to herself. "Can you hurry, missus? My boss will be annoyed with me. I'm just getting the key off the hook now, son." When she came through the kitchen door, he was standing holding the sports bag, and the other hand was extended for the key. "That's okay, son, I'll let you in. I'll hold into the key in case you forget to give it back. Then poor Mr. McPherson would be locked out." She shuffled in the hallway, put the key in the lock and pushed the door open. "Thank you, missus. I'll let you know when I'm finished," he said, and closed the door as she craned her neck to see what was going on. She took a couple of paces back when she heard the footsteps at the top of the stair. "Are you Mrs. Thin?" one of the two policemen asked. "Yes," she replied, "and he's in there just now. I think he's got my pension book and money too." She moved forward to open the door and the policeman stopped her and took the key. "We'll take it from here, Mrs. Thin. Please stand back." They opened the door to find the young burglar stashing the sports bag with anything he thought was valuable. The three emerged to find Mrs. Nutten defiantly with crossed arms. "Here's your pension book and money back, Mrs. Thin. We've been trying to catch this fella for a few weeks now. Thanks for your help." The handcuffed man gave a little smile and nodded. "How did you know?" He knew that he'd been outfoxed by the little old lady who'd delayed him long enough to get caught. "I was looking at the window and I saw you arrive. I knew you must be up to something, the way you looked round to see if you were being watched. But you didn't look up to see me. So I called the police before you come up. And Mr. McPherson would have told me if he was having work done. I'll let you continue until I saw the police arrive when I was putting the cups in the sink." I had a fair cock, he smiled, and the policeman led him by the arms to the van. "So Mrs. Thin was a hero, but I'll tell you this, she's still not getting my key."